lot of stocks have been falling of late, but one that came across our radar as getting really hit aggressively was LinkedIn, which many refer to as the Facebook for business users. So we thought we'd do this quick little video to take a look at how Fusion IQ's data has done analyzing LinkedIn over the last several years using our 4 dimensions of fundamental, technical, momentum, and sentiment. As seen, LinkedIn's current score is a 29 out of a possible 100, and it's with the exception of its sentiment score, its fundamental score, its technical score, and its momentum score are really low. So we just wanted to take a look at the chart and sort of see how IQ's data did. And you can kind of see this period here where we were sub 70, and generally speaking, the shares performed poor. And then as we crossed back over 70 in August of 2014, you could see shares were generally rising during that period. And as we started the year in 2015, that's when Fusion IQ's 4-dimensional master score went below 70 again. There was one little sort of blip up, but generally speaking, the system or the scoring didn't really view that blip up as being anything too special, given the fact that its score was below 70. And of course, you can see as we went through the spring and summer that its shares started to deteriorate, and so did its price. More recently, however, the shares started to deteriorate again, never getting back above 70. And we also had what we like to call sort of a double algo signal, where we had a one-dimensional technical-only timing signal trigger at a price of 229, and at the same time its score was a 62 sub 70, which in our universe, below 70 and falling, is sort of the start of a negative outlook, if you will. And getting under that 4-dimensional algo a little deeper and kind of looking at some of the factors that make up those 4 dimensions, we saw that its financial condition was deteriorating, its momentum was deteriorating, its balance sheet was suspect prior to this most recent sell-off, and our model also viewed it expensive from a valuation standpoint. So 3 out of the 4 dimensions and the sub-factors that make up those dimensions were decidedly negative on LinkedIn. And of course, then we got the second, or if you want to call it 5th dimension, if you will, of our timing signal. So you had the preconditions of a falling master score, which makes up the 4 dimensions that was below 70. And then you also had a negative technical timing signal, sort of presenting a double negative, if you will. And from that period of time, shares were down from 229 and through Friday's close 108. So more than almost a 50% haircut there. So, but looking at not just the most recent event, but its totality of signals, sub 70 below here, the stock underperformed. Greater than 70, the stock performed in a general upward bias. And then, of course, sub 70 here with a negative timing signal, and shares performed pretty poor. So we would give IQ, looking backwards through the prism of Fusion IQ and its scores, we would probably give IQ a solid A in terms of scoring when it was a good time to be in LinkedIn and when it was a good time to be out of LinkedIn, as translated through our data. And that's a quick snapshot on LinkedIn.